Hey guys, Rosie here. So, I've been gone for a week. It was a big transition. I am now in London, England, and I will be studying here for a year. I'm studying at Goldsmiths College, and I'm studying primarily anthropology and theater, which are my double majors, so that would make sense. Anyways, I'm here now. I'm going to try to post videos every week. I don't see any reason why I can't. Okay, so this week's topic is stealth and disclosing. And I think this is an excellent topic. Let's see. Do you tell people your partner's trans? When, how, and why? Jack lives stealth, so I don't tell people that he's trans. I don't say, my partner Jack, who's trans. Actually, at this point, my fiance Jack, who's trans. I just say Jack, and he's just Jack. And if I start getting close to someone, then, I may, and they're like, how'd you spend your summer? And of course, I spent the latter part of my summer nursing Jack after his top surgery, or any of those things. Why did your boyfriend go to grad school? Oh, I'm sorry, etc. I may say, well, he's transgendered, but I only ever say it to people who are really people that I'm close to, and that I trust. So, does your partner tell people he's trans? When, how, and why? Jack very rarely tells people he's trans. He tells people that he's close to, family that he hasn't seen in a long time, etc. But he's not going to tell everyday people. We actually had a really funny experience with a woman at the dry cleaners, who was like, Jack's father's name's son? I thought that he only had one son and an older daughter who must have just graduated from college. And so Jack was just like, well, he does, and he just kind of let it slide because it's just not necessary for him to be outing himself all the time. So, for a trans guy who's just beginning a relationship, I don't know. I'd say, it's a tough call. I'd hope that you're beginning a relationship with someone that you trust will not be anti-trans, first of all. If you are, and you really want to live stealth, it's kind of tough, especially when you start having sex with someone. So I just think it's a good idea, first of all, to really know someone, or really have a good idea of their personality. But second of all, it's so individual. How stealth do you want to live? Do you want this person to really start developing an idea of you as a boyfriend, or, as a biological male, or just as, like, a normal kind of, like, part of the dichotomy? Or do you want them to, get to know you as a trans person? And, like, either way, there's, like, no value judgment on that, but it just is something to consider. But, I'd say maybe it's not a good idea to, like, spring being trans on someone, as they're taking their pants off to have sex with you for the first time. I know that we all want to be accepted 100% by the people who we're getting close to, but at the same time, it's not fair. It may not be a big part of their worldview, and that's just, like, something that you're springing on them that, like, a lot of people aren't aware of, and that's not necessarily their fault. So I'd say that would be my advice. What point do you feel it is no longer necessary for your partner to tell people he's trans? And what does he think? Well, Jack and I, have kind of gone through the process of transition together, and he lives totally stealth. In fact, some of his close friends don't know that he's trans. So, I don't think that, at this point, I mean, I think that once your trans partner starts, passing frequently, if he wants to live stealth, he wants to live stealth. He can just not tell people he's trans. I mean, he never has to if he wants to live stealth. If your partner does not pass to someone, does he feel pressured to disclose in order to be addressed properly? When Jack didn't pass, which was a long time ago, but when he didn't, he usually didn't disclose. He just kind of let the situation slide. I didn't. I always very pointedly used his name and male pronouns, because it always bugged me, because I knew it bugged him, but he didn't confront people about it. What does living stealth mean to me? To me, living stealth means living as the gender that Jack really is. And, I think that it's like such an individual issue. To some people it feels like lying. I know that Jack did at one point struggle with that. Questions like lying through a mission or something. Sorry guys. It's late here in London. Not so much for most of you. I think that living stealth really just honestly means living as a man and living, or woman, but in this case, in FTM's case, living as a man and allowing the world to address you that way. And just building your identity as a man, a biological male, instead of as a trans man. And, if you want to build a trans identity, then that's okay. But if you want to simply build a biological male identity as you become more biologically male, that's fine too. So, how do you feel about trans guys living stealth? Well, I just kind of talked about that. I think that, it's a personal choice. Jack does live stealth, and I totally respect that. It's hard for me sometimes personally as his partner, because then people assume I'm straight, but, he is a man. He's not a transitional man, and he's not a woman. And so living stealth, that word for him is just living how he is. So, is your partner out as trans? Where and to whom? He's out to his family, his close friends, not to the general public, and he doesn't, broadcast it. What language do I use when outing my partner? Well, I say he's trans. To queer people, I may say he's FTM. But usually I just say trans, even queer people, because, I guess it doesn't bring the F in, and I think that that does more justice to his situation. If, because he doesn't identify, like, with the trans part, he identifies with the male part, so I'd say that, really that, I usually use just the word trans or transgendered. Usually I'll use the word transgendered in general speech to make people feel more kind of like they understand the concept, because often that word, the less formal word, helps people kind of identify with it in this odd way. I'm out of time, but there's what I think of living stealth, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.